Hello, 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 everybody. How is it going? Let me get out my pop-out chat here. All right, let's get out the chat. There we go. You guys can say hi in the chat before we begin. Let me move this over. Yeah, so we're doing a live design battle. We're going to do, I think, 2 of them today. And we already have, this time, the designers ready to rock. We have Ding Ding, and I'm just going to call him Shavam. There we go. Hello, Raven, Abish, Mikkel. Yep, that's what's up. We got some gamers. I've been playing Call of Duty, the new Modern Warfare quite a bit myself. My back is still jacked up. It's a little bit better than it was last week, though. Hello, Yusuf, Ricky. I don't know. I can't help with issues of Discord connectivity, unfortunately. All right. All right, we'll probably do this for 45 to 60 minutes. So we'll see. We'll see how things go, how my back goes. And I'll get started here just in a second. I think maybe 30 more seconds so I can get people to filter through. All right, hope everyone had a good Christmas and all that stuff. All right, let's get this started. Okay, so after Witcher, yeah, I watched The Witcher, by the way. I have to finish the last episode. All right, so basically, this is the live UI UX design review show, but I'm also doing live design battles, and I'll describe both. So first, the battles, all right? So we have Adobe XD. They have a new feature where you can co-edit, live co-editing at the same time. So you can design, 2 designers can work on the same document or even more. So we have 2 designers here, and I have a fictional project brief right here. It's just a landing page design challenge. I have a second one already set up where it's different. It's a different type of challenge. We'll get to that one after, though. But we have basically the same exact brief for each designer, and they must include the headline of "Fix Your Lower Back Pain." I'm making it relevant based on my horrible self. The sub-headline, a call to action button, "Fix it now," and then you must include a relevant photograph in the design, something that has to do with a back pain, like some old damn dude like myself. It's like, oh, you know, bending, whatever. Just has something to do. Has to have something to do with back pain, and it has to really fit in well with the whole design competition, or composition rather. And then I'm telling them they can use unsplash.com for the back photos. So we're going to give them 15 minutes, I think, maybe 15 to 20 minutes to complete a landing page design based on those specs. And we're going to see who ends up doing the best. I'll ask you guys in the comments, what you guys think. I'll give my input. And it's just a fun exercise. Of course, 15 minutes is so quick, but that's the fun part of it. And so these 2 designers, they're here already, up here in the document. They're ready to rock. They changed their name, and they can go ahead and get rocking once I say, but not yet. They also, fonts, unfortunately, if they try to choose a font that's not on my computer, it's not going to work. It'll just default to this one. So it'd probably be best just to stick with this Sago or UI font or whatever. I think that's like the default Adobe XD font anyhow. All right, so as for the live design reviews, well, if you check the description here on YouTube and you click on the Discord link, and you join up. The first time it's going to put you in the roles thing, and you have to react to this in order to unlock the feedback channel right here. And then you can just submit your designs for review. We already have probably a bunch of them. If you want thrust to the beginning of the design queue, then you can send in a super chat over here on the chat window of YouTube. And a super chat is just like some monetary amount that you choose, and then you can specify your Discord username. So I will be doing reviews while we wait for these designers to create their UIs, essentially. And then we'll do a second round as well. I have one like where the UI is already designed, and you just they have to apply a color scheme to it. So it's like a grayscale starting off, but then they have to apply a color scheme. So we'll do that after. So let's go ahead and let me get out a timer for these guys, and I'll tell them when to get started. Hopefully they're both here in the document and didn't leave the keyboard. I'm going to say stopwatch. I'm over here. We'll do a timer of 15 minutes. All right, hopefully they are both here and you're listening, but I'm going to start the timer right now. Okay, go ahead and get started with your design. So hopefully we start seeing them moving this stuff off, these type layers, real soon. So anyhow, let me... Okay, there it is. So Ding Ding is already moving things off. Okay, so is the second designer. Awesome. So they're just going to move stuff off and start designing. We'll check back periodically in between the reviews. All right. All right. So let's get started. Let me go back to my Discord. Oh, okay. All United Gaming just sent in a super chat. Thank you very much for that. So I have to find his username, All United Gaming. All right, it's a design of an e-com site I'm managing. Please review. All right, let's check it out. So already, look at this. So they had time, obviously to find relevant images. Isn't this cool? We get to see designers designing live. I just love this. All right. Okay. Turtle Dojo. Very, I like that name. Sorry, my back's already screwing me up. Oh, wait, we want to leave that up. All right, so for men, I like the drop-down menu. Very nice. Free shipping on all prepaid orders. That's really sticking out. Probably as it should, because it's something they want people to see. We have a winter sales section here. I like the menu, I like the navigation, I like the logo. It's all looking pretty solid so far. Let's come down. All right. Now, in terms of accessibility, I'm not sure if just relying on the placeholder value would be a good idea in this context. You'd always want to get one of those screen readers and then see if it is truly accessible with just a placeholder value, which I don't think is the case usually. I need to look into that myself. Coming down here, though, this all looks pretty solid. This is a little bit strange with the larger column right here and then the 4 things beside it. I would probably like to see this and this broken up or put somewhere else so that these can kind of maintain their visual consistency across all 5 or all 4 rather. But really, that's not a big deal. Yeah, this is actually pretty solid here. Yeah, I can't really say any one thing is actually really wrong with this. Let's check out one of the pages. So here's their hoodies. Let's check out a product page specifically. All right. I'd like to see maybe this. It might be best if you take the breadcrumbs and put them to the left. Or if you're going to leave them in the middle, put a little bit more white space on the top. Again, these are tiny, minute details here. Other than that, this is all solid. This is solid. This is looking good. The form here, we have their labels. They're working well. Very nice. Yeah, quite solid overall, All United Gaming. Very good. Keep it up. Thank you for the super chat. Let's check back with our live designers who are doing their battles. We have 11 minutes left. If we need a little bit more time, that's fine. just as long as they're really they're doing a lot to work. So here we have fix your low back pain. We have a picture of a person's back, and then he's getting his type ready, and we'll add the photograph later. All right, let's continue on. Who is next? All right, let me find the first one. All right, I'm a college student and I've made this website, S2 Cart. Would love to hear some reviews on it. All right, let's check this out. All right, already not quite a fan of the font. Student to student cart. I mean, I guess this could be relevant. You know, the fonts that you choose should be relevant based on, you know, the type of product or service or whatever. So students, it does seem elementary, a student, you know. So we'll see how this continues on though. So connect to trade, visit store. Kind of curious as to why we're not at the store by default. Let me see here. If I click this, what happens? Interesting. It completely changes up the layout quite a bit. So it's a little bit jarring. So you have a couple issues here. So for one, you have a call to action button, visit store, but right beneath it we have register and login that are designed in exactly the same manner. So that's you really want to emphasize one over the other in this type of context. A register and login button probably don't even belong here at all. You could stick those up here, which you have already. So I would definitely remove that. What are we looking for today? So this is a search function area for people to use. All right, so this is an e-com site apparently of some sort. Let me read what it is again. S2 Cart. Okay, making them visit the store right off the bat. I don't know. It seems kind of, or it seems like that's probably something you should do. People want to see what's already available at your store. So having to click this to see them, I don't know. I would definitely look at changing this font up. Probably changing to a better hero section here in this area. Again, you are showing some of the products, it looks here, in this carousel format, but still, I think there's a lot of white space that's happening up here, and everything's kind of spread out too far. I'm not even sure if I like this little element right here. It just kind of seems unnecessary the way you've applied it. So yeah, there's a lot that could be, you know, and also this right here, the search area, this is probably one of the things that's a primary thing that they would use, but it's stuck all the way down here. So I would definitely try to revamp this quite a bit in different areas. Thank you for the suggestion. Let's check out our designers, or not the suggestion, the submission. We have 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. Let's see how they are doing. All right, so Designer 2 has all of the requirements so far. It's definitely monochromatic with the picture of the woman. All right, there we go. He's getting some colors here into the call to action already. That's good. And then Designer 1 is still just working on the type section, has a heading or a navigation or nav bar. Still is going to work on getting that photograph in probably near the end. All right, awesome. Let's check back in with them momentarily. Who's next? All right, so we're going to say, all right, this is a project for one of my clients. We'd love to hear thoughts. It is Coral Tech Survey. All right, Coral Tech Survey. Experienced, our team draws together years of experience to provide a tailored survey. All right. Okay. All right, nice sections with a good white space, although the white space gets abruptly ended here at the bottom. So you have this much at the top, but then the bottom is like way short. So I would just try to keep them consistent for sure. So looking at this, this is pretty solid here. I'd probably like to see on this resolution at least, larger type in that section, just because, you know, experience could be a little bit bigger. Also, the Coral Tech Survey logo, notice how it's indented from this column right here. So I'd like to see that moved over, or this stuff moved in, just so that they're on the same column in terms of alignment. Outside of that, this part, you know, it's simple, nice watermark over here, it works. This stuff, these card-based layouts, they work pretty well. I would say the call to action being this blue and the background being blue and this part being blue, it kind of gets lost in a sense, so maybe change up the call to action color here. And I might even change this section's background to something that contrasts more with this section up here. So this could actually be maybe like a light gray or something like that. Otherwise, this is pretty solid. These are probably floating. No, they're, yeah, like again, I always harp on this. Make sure you're using actual labels, not just placeholder values, all right, because that's not accessible. All right, very good. Otherwise, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left for our live design battle. All right, now the designer one, Ding Ding, has the back pane photos used here. Oh, by the way, designers, if you're listening, which I hope you are, make sure you put, I guess go ahead and just put a new text layer next to your username, just says saying finished once you're finished. All right, so these are two designers that we have right now that are live design battling each other, and then we'll take a look at it once they're done. Right now, there's probably like I said, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Very, very good so far, though. Okay, who is up next? Let's check out the Discord here. Design of a dental clinic. This is a Figma prototype. All right, can I hit play here? Can I enlarge this? All right, family dental. We understand what it's like to go through a dental operation. All right. A little strange the way that this it's like a hero section background photograph watermark, but it obviously doesn't extend all the way to the 100% of the width and height. What can I click on? Are these clickable? No, they're not, unfortunately. I'll check out this page here. I know. My wife's always telling me nobody wants to hear about your back pain. This part's pretty good. I'm not sure about this green separator in between them. You could probably stand to get rid of that. But yeah, other than that, the type is all good. The heading, the visual hierarchy and contrast between type elements is good. The appointment, I don't know about that. Wonder what this would look like with the white text, although I'm not sure if the contrast would be great enough. Probably would be. But yeah, solid otherwise. All right, let's check out our live design battle. We have about less than 2 minutes left. All right, I think Designer 2 is finished already. Just make sure you put finished next to your username. Like, you can just edit the same name tag right here if you wish, and then just put finished when you're done. So you can keep on All right, we'll be here doing more reviews here. So let's go back to our Discord. Design of a recommendation system app for TV shows. Here's an Adobe XD prototype. I'm going to stand up for a second. My back is just killing me right now. Oh, man. Okay, I'm back. Let's enlarge that. All right. One thing I think, at least how this is designed here, I wish I could get to the full damn width. All right, I guess that's the best we can get right here. I think the way you have them designed is pretty good structurally, but I think scale, things are too large and a little bit close. They're too close together. Like, look how close the home, about, GitHub, donate, and this part, it's really close to the next section right down. So on this sort of like desktop resolution, it seems you want to scale things down just a tad bit so that you can, our time's up. So the things have a little bit more room to breathe. Other than that, you have everything else now nailed down in terms of contrast, and your card designs here are pretty good. All right, let's check out our designers. So they're still working. I'll give you guys 1 more minute to try and finish up as much as possible. All right, ding ding's done. Our second designer, Pi Shavam. Is that how you pronounce your name? I don't know. I'm gonna assume that he's probably almost just about done. We'll do 1 more. Yep. Okay, I think he's saying done now. Awesome. All right. Now this, I'm going to move that off because I assume you don't want that there. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Now let's go ahead and check these out specifically. So I'm going to increase this. And I'm going to let you guys who are watching in the YouTube chat, let me know who you think did better. And I'm not going to give my opinion in terms of who I thought did better first. So here is design 1. So we have a navigation, and we have all of the required elements, which were, to include a relevant photograph of back pain. This guy's scratching himself. The fix it now call to action button, subheadline, headline. All right, that's design 1. Take note. So I'm going to have you guys vote in the YouTube chat based on who you think did best. And then design 2 is from Pi Shavam, who also has a simple header here with a menu. We have our required elements right here and the right here. All right, so we have like a vertical no more button. I'm not really sure what this upwards button would be for, but nonetheless, we have all the requirement elements anyways. So who do you guys think did best in terms of this landing page for this challenge? Here's design 1, and here is design 2. All right, so design 1 and design 2 is sitting right here. This is design 2. This is design 1. All right, so the results are coming in already. We have, someone said 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, I'll shut up now. I think we get it. I think it looks like it's about 80% of people or so prefer design 1. I'm going to read some of these comments. Both are really good, but I would give 1. 1 because 2 is dark. 2 says Shavam's design is better, but I think the call to action button should use a primary color to look more appealing. I agree with that. It's like light versus dark mode's true. If design 1 has logo bigger, I'd choose him. I don't like the background from one. One looks way more user-friendly. Second one's just too sexy for back pain problems. Okay. All right, so I haven't even thought about which one I like best personally, but let me just take a closer look at each one of these as if I was just reviewing them and had to choose between, you know, which I think would be best. For this one, let me look at, when I do these reviews, when you guys submit them in my Discord server, the first thing, the thing that I always look for is what's wrong. Like what's sticking out as being the worst thing. And so for me, definitely I think the Fix It Now button, although it does contrast very well and it's black, it does kind of get lost with the large Fix Your Lower Back Pain headline, because this is bold and black as well. The size of this part, this text could probably come down quite a bit like that. Let me move this off. Like right there. And then the Learn More button, kind of hard to see that. So what I would do is, let me get into this right here. There is a border on this, but why am I not seeing it? Let's see here. Rectangle. Oh, because the opacity 0. So, you know, we could take this like that. Probably make it a little bit more contrast for that. But we could also probably take both these elements, increase their size a bit. Maybe right there would be a little bit better restructuring of that situation. The logo, unfortunately, because I didn't provide a logo, and plus they know that, you know, they're only sticking to one font like Roboto or whatever, it's a little hard to get a nice logo designed. This already says it's bold because I don't have Roboto installed, so that's the issue. He probably meant this to look different, so I'm not going to really critique that. As for, you know, everything here is really monochromatic, which, you know, it would be nice to have color in this one a little bit. The Contact Us Now button is also black and almost the same size as the call to action over here, the primary call to action. So you'd probably want to de-emphasize this in some way, just so that the most prominent element is the Fix It Now button on here. Other than that, though, this is solid. This element, this design for Design 2, definitely the biggest issue I would say is the call to action as well over here. You would want to take this thing, man, and, you know, make this a color that's like, you know, maybe something like this or something like that. Notice how just much better the overall design looks just by changing that really dull monochromatic gray button that we had before, which it was this. Oops, no, it was that, and then we switched to a color all of a sudden, and it just makes it look a lot better. The headline, or the menu rather, kind of just seems kind of slapped up here, so there's not a ton of structure to the layout. You know, I think the image is actually pretty cool, but I think overall, if we were to compare these two, man, for me, they're quite similar in terms of execution, even though they're very different in color. So it's almost hard for me to pick a winner, although going back to this, this is close. I mean, I'm not even going to pick a winner. I'm going to let everybody just, yeah, it looks like the audience by and large preferred one. But I think with tiny adjustments, I could probably sway their opinion, but I'm not going to do that too much more. The no more over here, that's a big no, because that's not readable. People have to kind of, you know, they have to labor a little bit in order to read no more. So, you know, what would be more appropriate in this context would be to rotate that thing around so that it's normal, and then just stick it underneath here to the left, perhaps, instead of just over here. All right. Anyhow, guys, thank you very much for actually doing this. All right. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. We're going to do another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out this document. Maybe we'll save it first. And then I'm going to get up our second challenge. So for our second challenge, we need 2 more participants. So let me get this open. And we have a different type of challenge for our second design challenge, or a design battle rather. And this is it. So like in the span of 10 minutes, I created this little, just basically like a wireframe-ish type of design without a color scheme. And we're gonna have 2 designers take this same exact design, and they're going to apply their own color scheme to it. And we're gonna see whose is better in terms of their color preferences and choices. So their colors will have to change for, you know, this heading here, this as well, the type, all the elements, and we'll see who comes up with a better color scheme. All right, so now let's go ahead, and I need, or we already have a couple of people who want to participate in this, so I don't want to show their emails. So I'm going to, somebody named Druhen gave me their email. I'm going to get this offside so I can invite these people to the document. I'm going to enable co-editing. One second. Give me 1 second just to get this set up. All right. I'm going to add 1 person, invite, and then I'm going to add another person. One second. And I'm going to invite the other person. Okay. So here we go. We just have to wait for them to open their email and then join up. So I have 2 invitations sent. Once they show up here, we will let them know. And then if nobody joins up in time, I'll invite other people, because I have some people who are wanting to join up. All right, so let's check out for the next review. Where's my Discord? Oh, there we go. All right, who is up next? I'm trying to remember my place. All right, we have our design 1 up there. Okay, good. So someone here, I'm going to wait for the other person if they show up. If not, I'll invite another person. But hey, designer 1, Druhin, don't start until I tell you to. All right. We already did that one. We did that one. Can you review my company's website? All right. Oh, man. I hate my back. All right, let's see here. Translate. Move these over. All right, so we have an alignment issue here right off the bat. And notice how this is like centered. This should be over here because we have this big empty space. So that's the one biggest issue. We have this question here. I'm not sure if screwing up the translation messed this up or something, but there's like no white space between this little label and this right here. The type is kind of bad over here because there's no white space between these elements, like this list and this paragraph. There should definitely be. This part's designed pretty well. Looking at these, Not too bad. These cards, I definitely don't like the light gray with the purple on top. And also there's no white space in the middle of these. I'm almost wondering if translating it screwed up the design. But either way, as it stands right here, it's not preferable. All right, at least we have labels here on that section. That's good. All right. Otherwise, it could be really good, but this part is for some reason really broken. This needs to be over here, better aligned in the middle. All right, it looks like I'm gonna have to invite somebody else because we do have one designer ready for the competition, or the battle rather. So let me add another person really fast. Let's see here. One second, people. I'm just looking at everything here in a second. I'm going to invite another person. We'll continue on with another review while we wait. Oh, wrong thing. All right, I invited the other person, and we'll get started in a second. Okay, so let's go on to the next review. Well, I've been at this for 36 minutes already. All right, who's up next? Oops, didn't want to show that part. Hi everyone. Okay, here is a redesign of a web HTC. Why does this keep on screwing up my freaking place? I hate Discord sometimes. I'm not gonna review a PDF. I'm sorry. Make sure it's hosted on like an XD prototype or a Figma prototype next time. Oh, screw it. Maybe I will. I mean, I just hate downloading files and stuff. Yeah, this is gonna need a lot of work. And unfortunately, with just the nature of the XD, okay, there we go. Yeah, I can scale it down at least. Yeah, the alignment of these buttons is way off, so you definitely want to fix that. The subhead line right here, not enough contrast, so that wouldn't pass WCAG 2.0 color contrast if you want to try to be as accessible as possible. This is a cool little play on this silhouette version, but there is no navigation though. Pretty cool overall, but we do have both of our designers here. All right, so let's get this started. Your goal, just to reiterate, we have two live designers here in Adobe XD, and they're going to battle against each other to try to create the best color scheme for this little simple dashboard-based UI design that I created in about 10 minutes before starting the stream. And so what their goal is to take this design and just make it really solid in terms of color scheme. So they can go light if they wish, or they can go dark UI if they wish, and they just basically need to make sure all the type is readable. And there's good design fundamentals, especially in terms of contrast and color. That's the most important right here. So they don't have to design anything or add any elements or remove any elements. They just need to create a color scheme here. So it'll be a good exercise to see what a person could do in about 15 minutes. Actually, for this one, yeah, we'll say 15 minutes. So hopefully they're both watching and they're ready to rock. So I'm going to go to stopwatch, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. So they're going to start working on a color scheme for this. When you're finished, just put edit your name and just put finish to the next to your name, so that I know that you're all working, or all done rather. All right. Okay, looks like we got some drama in the YouTube chat here. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll continue on with another design review. Who is next? Right here. Oh, my back sucks. My back sucks. My back sucks. Oh, we got a dashboard here. Okay. What the hell? Adobe XD, this is not full screen. Because look, it's like starts here. I assume the size of the artboard is like this and not like that. Whatever. Looking at this, this is actually pretty solid the way it looks. I would say the December 1st and the X and Y axis labels are probably a little bit too small and a little bit too gray, so the contrast, that would be hard for certain people to read for sure, so you'd want to increase that for sure. Other than that, everything else from what I see here looks pretty solid. This is all really solid looking. Yeah. This all looks pretty good. Nothing sticking out as being really quite wrong here. A little weird color choices with these. They don't really contrast a ton, but nonetheless, this is all pretty good. Very good. All right. Let's see what the designers are doing. All right, they're already choosing their color schemes. Awesome stuff. All right, let's continue on. Who is next? All right, so we had a little interesting animation come in. So, all right, there's actually a vertical border or line right here between these two. And with that, this right here is like right up against it. So I would probably scale this down, push it over to the right just a tad bit more so that it's not so close to that vertical separator. I'm not sure why you would put the vertical separator there though in the first place. The portfolio button, at first glance, yeah, this portfolio type should be bold and it should be larger. So if I grab this and we get font size should be like 18 pixels at least. Font weight should be bold. And the color should probably be a little bit darker, like right around there. So that's a better button in my opinion. This as well will probably barely pass, if not, it might fail, the color contrast. But if I refresh, that's what the old button looked like. It's just too small. Oh, like that separator is it's depending. It changes. It looks like it's changing. Wait, there's two of them. There's three of them. That is strange. It's so barely visible you can't even see it. These cards kind of just seem slapped here in the middle. They're quite large, but not a lot of white space in the middle of them. So I would change that up. Just having two large cards there kind of seems strange. It would be nice if you could figure out a way to get three of them and make them smaller. That would be ideal. This seems pretty decent over here, this section. I'm not sure if you want to use this red for this over here. Just because red's usually like a warning sign, it's reserved for that. But yeah, pretty solid overall. I think there's a lot of potential here. I think there's some things, the elements just seem too small. I would scale things up just a bit more. All right, thanks a lot for that. Let's see how the designers are doing. Good, they're okay. So one is taking the approach. Druhin is taking the approach of a dark UI with gradients, and Vivash the hero is taking a light UI approach as it stands. Okay, so they're both still working on this. They both have how much time? 10 minutes. They have 10 minutes left to get their color schemes going here. All right, I'll let them continue on. My back is killing me. All right, who is next? Let's go back to Discord. Here is my personal website. All right. First, I do like the colors here. I like how big and bold the headline is. That's good. But this illustration seems quite large, and I'm definitely not a fan of the color. Like this tablet here, this looks like a tablet, like an iPad or something. This bluish, and then the desaturated version, or the outside of it, they don't really contrast well. So it's really kind of throwing off the illustration design, in my opinion. It's also quite large, so I would change that. One thing, like if I scale this all the way up on a 4K resolution, look at the menu is all the way to the right, and then your logo is all the way to the left. Really, at a certain point, you want to constrain, you want to center it, but you want to keep it so that these, like your logo in this section of the design starts like around here. So you have some white space on the left and right, on the left, and then also on the right as well, so that it condenses the design so that, you know, when a person's looking at this, they don't have to look all the way to the left and all the way to the right, especially on a larger 4K resolution or on a monitor. Let's scroll down here. I would try to find a way so that you have this large cell phone graphic here, but then at the bottom there's this massive empty white space. So you need to try to figure out a way, either through font size or condensing your column width, to try to get more lines of this text so that this pushes down and fills out this area. All right, pretty solid overall, just checking things out. All right, I like this color down here. All right, very good. Let's check out our live design situation happening here. Now remember, guys, just make sure to put in finish next to your username at the top, and we'll check out these color scheme design battles. Awesome. Let's continue on. Wow, we've been doing this for 46 minutes already. And they have, how much time do they have left? They have 7 minutes left. All right, and then we'll check out what they've produced. Gradients everywhere. All right, all right, I am DebJoy. I am a web developer and I love designing. One problem right off the bat is this. First of all, I didn't even see your logo till now. Your logo should be that by default, not this, because it kind of gets lost in this what do you call, photograph, watermark image. You know, I would take this and make sure that the opacity is down quite a bit so that the foreground elements like this contrast more. So make this lighter, that background. This, again, yeah, that kind of gets lost. I would keep it red like that by default. And plus, it just makes it look better too. Looking up here, coming down. Not a fan of the whole centered alignment here. I would left align all that stuff. Same thing with these. These are just website projects, it looks like. All right, so yeah, definitely just take my advice on the top part for sure, and the alignment over there. Let's continue on. What does control mode feedbacks mean? What do you mean by that? All right, here's another one. Wish I could see this in the context of like a wrapper of like a phone around it or a device. Ow, my back. Oh, this is so painful. All right, looks pretty solid overall for what it is. Looks like a travel app of sorts. Yeah, not too bad. Let's check out another one. What do you say? A review of this would be great. Index, show page, and style page. My first reaction here is there's a lot happening. I'm not sure where I should be looking. Of course, this is good. This sticks out quite well. But you have all these icons on here when they kind of get lost in this really vibrant background. The illustration as well gets really lost in this vibrant background. So you need to try to emphasize one over the other. And so visual hierarchy is what's suffering here with this, because you have this cool illustration here in the background, but it's just so overwhelming that it's taking away from your important foreground elements. So I would definitely, yeah, like this search right here, it's like you can't really tell that it's there or that it's important at all. So I would definitely change that. This part is a lot better. So, you know, a nice light gray with the white cards on top, that works well. The view all buttons, that works well. Yeah, very good in this section. But up here, just too much happening. Definitely tone that down with the background. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, this is all solid right here. Very good. Let's check out our... Oh, yes. Bavash the Hero is using the new, what's it called? Neumorphism aesthetic. That's cool. I put out a video a few days ago about that, and it has like 30,000 views already. All right, so they're both working still. And it is, let's see here. How much time do they have left? They have 2 minutes and 51 seconds left. All right, let's continue on. Oh my God. My back was better yesterday and now it's just like crappy. Let's continue on here. We've been doing this for 51 minutes so far, okay. Who's next? All right, this one. All right, one thing that was strange, and this is like a UX issue, is if I refresh this, look how that menu, this is an actual website menu, it kind of drops down. You know what I thought initially? I was like, oh great, it's one of those cookie acceptance modules that are, or modals that are showing up. So that was kind of confusing seeing that, and I would probably avoid doing that for the menu. You would also want more white space between the individual links themselves. They're a little bit condensed right here. So maybe just take this and just stick it right over here. That way it's in the more traditional area of what a menu would be and what you would expect it to be. You're really emphasizing your name. No one cares about your name. People want to know about what you do, what you can give them. So this should be reversed. So web developers should be the big thing. Your name could be this smaller element. Download resume. You have two buttons for that. One's a PDF and one's a docx. I would get rid of both of these buttons. I would get rid of one of them rather. Just let people download your resume in PDF format, and then maybe underneath in a small, just link-based style, just put or like docx download or something like that. Because you don't want to have two call to action buttons styled exactly the same way. Outside of that, put some spacing between these paragraphs so it doesn't look like a kind of like a wall of text. This part's good here, not too bad. Yeah, so just make sure for your form you're using labels and not placeholder values. All right. Here's dark mode. Still, I'd have the same comments though. All right, we have 12 seconds left. All right. You people need to just put done next to your username, like Bavash the Hero. Just edit that and just put finished at the end. All right, let me turn that timer beeper off. There we go. Druhin is still working, but I'll give it a few more seconds. I am never finished. Well, I did only give you guys 15 minutes to do this, so. All right. Druin is still working here. All right, looks like he's done. Awesome. All right, let's look at both of these. Now, All right, don't be choosing winners yet or anything like that. Just take a look at this one. All right, take it in. This is design 1. This is design 1. And this is design 2. All right. So they were both given the same exact design without any color scheme applied to it. It was just all grayscale. And their goal was to create a color scheme for it. Let me move both of these over. Okay, I can't edit it because he's currently selected it. But this is design 2. This is design 1. Which do you guys think was a more effective color scheme? Now, of course, they're both very different because one is light and one is dark. What do you personally prefer? Is it 1 or number 2? So we have number 1 has the use of gradients on this one, on these cards here. Number 2 is using that neumorphism sort of embossed effect that's starting to become popular that I recently did a video about. Both of them have a gradient. This has a gradient on the menu, although I don't see any gradients anywhere else. And here's number 1, number 2. So let's see what people say. Number 1 was lost in gradient. Number 2, Anash said, tips for some neumorphism UI, don't overdo the shadows. Bavash, which is number 2, should decrease shadows and opacity of white shadow. I think I might agree with that. We'll take a look at that after, though. So another person says number 1. Another person said 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, except for a gradient on top menu. 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, so let me take a look at this number 1 specifically. For number 1, one thing that's kind of sticking out as not being quite ideal is these little vertical separators. I think they should probably be a border color of... See, if you try to... here's a problem with like having strong gradients. It's hard to find a nice balance for your foreground elements when it's changing from like a dark value, like over here on the right, to a light value over here. So like I would personally choose probably a solid color. And what's happening here? It still feels like there's a gradient on here. What is happening? It's a solid color, but it looks like a freaking gradient. Maybe my I'm just being influenced or something by like this lighter part here. Either way, so I'm not a fan of that strong gradient that he had on there, which was this. So I'd probably stick with just a solid color there. Other than that, good separation from the headline or this nav bar to this part. These are sticking out quite a bit. I would probably reduce them just slightly, the contrast, by making it a little bit darker. I like the colors here on the bullet points though. It does give it color. This version right here, this is second designer. Someone made a decent point, I thought, about not making the shadows stick out quite as much. When they contrast too much, you kind of lose that effect. It should be very, very, very subtle. So like the shadow here, there's two, where's the other? This shadow, I would take down to like there. Or even maybe a tad bit more. And then this could come down as well, the highlight. So now they're a little bit more of an afterthought. This is how strong his shadows were. So I'd probably change those to this so that they don't stick out quite as much. Other than that, though, pretty solid overall. I don't have too much of a problem with the gradient on this part, just because it's a very subtle gradient. I mean, the colors don't change too much. Just looking at the color values here. But I'm not. Maybe he forgot to go and change these other bullet point colors because it's weird. He has like a little red one there. But either way, both were pretty good. But I would say one wasn't extremely better than the other. So yeah, awesome stuff. Let's see. It is, yeah, been an hour. And yeah, hopefully, I personally think one is better. You're funny. I honestly think it could be a tie. So yeah. Anyhow, yeah, so we had 2 successful live design battles. So that was fun. Well, we'll do this again. Here maybe in a week or 2. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be done with this. If you didn't get your design review, I'm always doing these. I've probably done over 100 of these. So yeah, check out the Discord. Make sure you go ahead and idle in there, and I'll see you guys soon. Well, yeah, before 2020. I'm gonna have a video on Monday. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.